Zara always hated walking home late at night, but her job left her no choice. It was close to midnight when she turned onto her street. The lamps overhead flickered faintly, buzzing like dying insects, and the shadows between each pool of light stretched long and hungry. She pulled her jacket tighter around her shoulders and walked faster, the sound of her footsteps echoing too loudly in the silence. When she reached her building, she felt a rush of relief. Her old apartment wasn't perfect, peeling wallpaper, thin walls, but it was hers, and at least inside she was safe. Or so she thought. The door creaked loudly as she pushed it open. She stepped inside, setting her keys on the counter, and immediately felt something unusual. The air was heavier than usual, stale as if someone had been breathing inside all day with the windows shut. The hallway mirror caught her eye. It was an old, tall piece she had inherited from the previous tenant. Zara never liked it. It seemed out of place, the glass dark, as though it held its own shadows. At night, she always avoided looking at it. Tonight, however, it seemed even darker, almost like a doorway into a place where no light could survive. She shivered and quickly turned away. She locked the door and moved toward her bedroom, but that's when she heard it, so faint at first she thought it might be her imagination. A whisper, low, hoarse, right behind her. Zara froze. Her pulse raced as she held her breath, straining to listen. The whisper came again, clearer this time, brushing against her ear like a breath. "Don't turn around." Her skin prickled with ice. She wanted to scream, but her voice was locked in her throat. Slowly, almost against her will, her eyes shifted toward the mirror. What she saw drained the blood from her face. In the reflection, she stood exactly as she was, still trembling. But behind her reflection was something else. A figure, tall, shrouded in shadows that writhed like smoke. Its face was hollow except for two glowing eyes, bright and unnatural. And worse, its long, blackened hand rested on her reflection's shoulder. Her real shoulder felt nothing. She whipped around. The hallway was empty. Heart hammering, she turned back to the mirror. The figure was gone. Only her pale, terrified reflection stared back. Zara stumbled into her bedroom and slammed the door. She pressed her back against it, shaking. "It's just my imagination," she whispered to herself. "I'm tired, that's all." She sat on her bed, clutching a pillow like a shield, waiting for her heartbeat to slow. But then knock. Her head snapped up, a soft, deliberate knock, on the other side of the mirror. The sound came again, slow, patient knocks, as if something inside was politely asking to be let out. The glass rattled faintly with each one. Zara squeezed her eyes shut and covered her ears, whispering over and over, "It's not real, it's not real, it's not real." The knocking stopped, silence stretched. She lowered her hands, barely breathing. For a moment, she thought it was over. And then the whisper came again, louder now, directly behind her ear. "You shouldn't have looked." The next morning, Zara's neighbor found her apartment door wide open. The hallway mirror lay shattered in pieces across the floor, but Zara was gone. No one ever saw her again. And at night, when the building is quiet, tenants say they sometimes hear faint whispers near the shards of that broken mirror. If you listen closely, the voice is still there, warning, begging, daring you to look.